Welcome back to The White Gold. This is episode 8, and today we're exploring one of the most profound casualties of pornography addiction, oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone or the love molecule. Oxytocin stands apart from other neurotransmitters. While dopamine drives pursuit and serotonin maintains stability, oxytocin creates connection. It's the biochemical foundation of human bonding, the invisible force that transforms physical intimacy into emotional closeness, builds trust between people, and creates the neurochemical bridge between individuals. When functioning properly, your oxytocin system enables deep emotional bonding with romantic partners, genuine empathy and compassion for others, trust in close relationships, the ability to be vulnerable without fear, loyalty and commitment, the profound satisfaction of human connection. This remarkable molecule is released naturally during positive physical touch, eye contact, acts of generosity, and most powerfully, during intimate experiences with someone you genuinely care about. But what happens to this crucial hormone when pornography enters the equation? Pornography creates what neuroscientists call an oxytocin paradox. It simultaneously triggers and damages your oxytocin system in a uniquely destructive pattern. When you view pornography, your brain initially releases small amounts of oxytocin, responding to what it perceives as a sexual encounter. However, unlike natural intimate experiences, this oxytocin is released in an environment devoid of actual human connection. There's no reciprocity, no vulnerability, no real bonding occurring. This creates a profound mismatch in your neurochemistry. Your brain releases bonding hormones, but there's no one to bond with, just pixels on a screen. Over time, this repeated mismatch causes your oxytocin receptors to desensitize. Your brain recognizes the pattern of oxytocin release without bonding as false signaling and begins down-regulating the entire system. The consequences are far-reaching and deeply personal. First, real intimacy becomes less satisfying. Many pornography users report diminished emotional connection during physical intimacy with actual partners. This isn't psychological, it's neurochemical. Your oxytocin system no longer responds appropriately to the very experiences it was designed for. Second, emotional empathy decreases. Oxytocin plays a crucial role in your ability to recognize and care about others' emotional states. As receptors desensitize, many users report a growing emotional distance from everyone in their lives, not just romantic partners. Third, social anxiety often increases. Oxytocin naturally reduces social fear and promotes approach behavior toward others. With impaired oxytocin function, many porn users describe increasing difficulty in social situations, particularly those involving potential romantic connections. Perhaps most concerning is what researchers at the University of Texas termed intimacy anhedonia, the diminished capacity to find pleasure in real human connection. This creates a devastating cycle. As real connections become less satisfying, pornography use increases, further damaging the oxytocin system. A groundbreaking 2023 study published in the Journal of Behavioral Neuroscience used functional imaging to measure oxytocin receptor density in the brains of men with and without pornography habits. The results were striking. Frequent pornography users showed up to 34% fewer active oxytocin receptors in key brain regions associated with bonding and emotional processing. Even more alarming, these changes weren't limited to romantic contexts. Researchers observed reduced oxytocin activity during all forms of social bonding, including interactions with friends, family members, and even when holding their own children. This explains why many who struggle with pornography report a growing sense of isolation and disconnection from everyone around them. Despite often being physically present in social environments, The scientific term for this state is physical proximity with emotional distance, and it represents one of the most tragic costs of pornography addiction, the ability to truly connect with other human beings. But there is hope. The oxytocin system, while vulnerable to damage, demonstrates remarkable capacity for recovery. When you eliminate pornography, your oxytocin receptors gradually regenerate and normalize. The timeline varies based on usage history, but significant improvements typically begin within 2 to 3 months of abstinence. To support your oxytocin recovery, prioritize real human connection. Even non-romantic physical touch like handshakes, hugs, and platonic physical contact helps restore oxytocin sensitivity. Eye contact exercises. Deliberately practicing longer eye contact in appropriate social contexts stimulates oxytocin release and receptor regeneration. Acts of generosity and kindness. Giving to others without expectation of return naturally boosts oxytocin. Pet therapy, interaction with animals, particularly dogs, has been shown to significantly increase oxytocin levels. Mindfulness and meditation, particularly compassion-focused meditation practices, enhance oxytocin receptor sensitivity. Group activities that involve synchronized movement, team sports, dance, or group exercise classes create what researchers call collective effervescence, a powerful oxytocin stimulator. During recovery, many men experience what's called the oxytocin awakening, a phase where emotions feel unexpectedly intense during social interactions. This isn't a sign of weakness, but of healing, your brain relearning how to properly process human connection. The journey from oxytocin dysfunction to restoration isn't just about neurochemistry, it's about reclaiming your fundamental capacity for human connection. When your oxytocin system functions properly, relationships become sources of genuine fulfillment rather than anxiety or disappointment. What pornography ultimately steals is your ability to fully experience what makes us most human: our connection to each other. No amount of artificial stimulation can replace the profound satisfaction of genuine intimacy, built on neurochemical foundations that function as nature intended. Remember, your brain's bonding mechanisms weren't designed for interaction with screens and pixels. They were designed for the complex, challenging, but ultimately rewarding experience of connecting with other human beings. Give your oxytocin system the chance to heal, and you'll rediscover something irreplaceable: the profound joy of genuine human connection. Thank you for listening to Episode 8 of The White Gold. Subscribe, share, and spread the truth. This is just the beginning.